Hi, I'm Shelly.
And I'm Luke.
And we have 3 children, Rowan, Bryce, and Elsie. Rowan is 5, Bryce is 2.5, and Elsie is soon to be 6 months. Bryce and Elsie both have cystic fibrosis. So cystic fibrosis is a genetic lung disease that also affects the pancreas and lots of other organs in your body. Bryce was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis at 2 weeks old. At the time, neither of us really knew what that was. We didn't have any history of it in our family. Hearing the news that your newborn baby has a genetic life-threatening disease is shocking, to say the least. I think hearing that news kind of devastated us. The first thing we looked up when we got that call was, what are the odds of having a baby with CF? And it's not high. It's very rare. And so we really didn't think he had it. You know, soon after he got diagnosed, we realized that both Luke and I are carriers, and we have, with every child we have, a 75% chance of them not having CF and an only 25% chance of them having CF. So the fact that we then had Elsie, who also had CF, is kind of crazy. But when they grow up, it's going to be amazing. They're going to have someone who understands them, who gets what they're going through.
The kids have a similar CF regimen with chest therapy and enzymes that we give them prior to every meal. Bryce, being over 2 years old, has a chest therapy vest that he does twice a day. Whenever he's sick, we increase his therapy to 3 or 4 times a day. And Elsie has a little cup that we do therapy twice a day with her, just by lightly beating on her chest, sides, and back. Both kids have to take enzymes prior to eating because of their different ages and different weights. They take different levels of creon to help them absorb fats and proteins.
So giving a baby enzymes at 2 weeks old is quite the challenge. They really don't have their swallowing reflexes down, so it's quite difficult. I feel like how people lived at the beginning of the pandemic when they were unsure of what COVID would bring or how you got it or how it spread. That's kind of how we take different situations. You know, we don't like to be around people who are just around a large crowd. We don't like to be around people who their kids have colds, because for us, a cold is not just a cold. Now, Trikafta is pretty amazing, and we're hoping that gets approved for 2 and up soon, because both our children will qualify for it because of their mutations. Every time we visit clinic, which with Elsie right now, it's every month for her first year, and it was the same with Bryce. Now he goes every 3 months. But from the first time we met their pulmonologist, she has said, there's a medication that's coming out and it's in the pipeline and it's going to be incredible and it's going to change the future for your kids. And we didn't know much about anything at that point, so hearing that was amazing. And we can't wait for our kids to be old enough to be on that. But there's a lot of people who don't qualify for it. Like 10% of people with CF don't qualify for Trikafta. So that's hard, and that's why we continue to fight for the people who can't take Trikafta yet, and for a cure for our kids, for everyone with CF. That's what we fight for every day. When Bryce got diagnosed, like we said, it was a total state of shock. But we went to my parents' house and my cousin came over, and none of us knew anything about it. So we were all kind of blindsided by it. But my cousin said, I got online, I looked it up, and there's a foundation in Pittsburgh called the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, and they have a walk called Great Strides, and I signed us up. And we just all looked at each other and we're like, okay, let's do it. This is what we're gonna do. We are gonna fundraise and fight the crap out of this disease for our babies. We hope that all of our children, not just Bryce and Elsie with CF, but we hope they all do everything they want to do. And Bryce is a very active 2-year-old. He's wild, to say the least. Feisty, spirited, however you want to say it, that's Bryce. He is always running around and always into something. So we hope that carries out. We'd love to have him involved in activities and just things that keep his lungs healthy. And same with Elsie when she's old enough. But we just hope they do everything that they want to do. The foundation has been an amazing experience for us. They gave us resources. They give us opportunities to raise money and fundraise for cystic fibrosis. And we're just so incredibly thankful for everything they do for us and our children. It just means so much to us knowing that people who, some of which have no ties to cystic fibrosis at all, they're fighting for us, and they're fighting for our family and for our kids and for tens of thousands of other people who they don't even know. And for that, I don't know if there's a way to thank you guys for everything you do. It's amazing, and we thank you.